ghosts? Have you seen the paranormal? Check these clips out and see if you change your mind, and see if you can watch until the end. States that one of his friends had caught something really creepy on video. The actual video is somewhat dated. The friend's companion had not discovered the footage on their old mobile till years later. Following the viewing of the video, they observed something exceedingly peculiar was being recorded. This video was taken during a tour of the infamous Limp Mansion, which is located in St. Louis, Missouri. What makes this location unique is that the mansion is said to be haunted. It's believed that the Limp family once lived here and all died a tragic death. It is said that their ghosts still reside within the mansion and is thought to be responsible for the strange occurrences that many guests encounter. The friend was participating in one of the haunted tours offered by the boarding house. Little did they know that while filming, something pretty spooky would be captured. This is what they caught on camera that day. A shadowy person can be seen standing still when the camera moves across one of the mansion's chambers before vanishing in an instant. The figure is only there for a split second before vanishing from sight. What makes this more baffling is that earlier in the footage, we can see that the space where the figure was seen is empty. There appears to be nothing in the area that could have made it seem as though a person were standing in place. So then if there was nothing there, who or what was it? However, given how quickly the figure disappears, as well as the history of the place, some believe that this may have been one of the Limp family members, caught on camera. This whole video is still a mystery, as not much is known about the clip, but until more info is found, the question remains. Was a ghost caught on camera, or was something else captured? What do you think? You probably remember seeing a video about a woman named Lauren Combs who lived in a remote house. Ever since moving in, she can't shake the feeling that something is haunting her. Lauren tries her best to ignore this feeling, but there have been countless instances of her dog Luna reacting to unseen things. There have also been other strange occurrences that are thought to be paranormal in nature. Even though the majority of these incidents look pretty spooky, the video that was recorded most recently is by far the most alarming. It's close to midnight when the following takes place inside Lauren's living room. Lauren writes, "Ignoring it is out of the question. Now I'm just going to document what I can and start to reach out to the people that can help." This is Lauren's footage. Strangely, Lauren's dog begins to whimper right before an object falls, by itself, off a table. After this incident, a doorbell starts to ring on its own, even though there is no one seen at the front door in the outside video. Many viewers have thought opening the door may not have been a good idea. According to viewers, whatever was ringing the doorbell is now inside the house. Although it isn't clear if something was let in, the following incident seems to suggest otherwise.
Surface 6 and I 1. I gave you 6 points, I'm deducting 7. This is ridiculous. Don't make me think about numbers again.
A brave and accurate decision.
Yes, aye, Captain.
Yes. Holy Captain, your horticulture is harvestable.
Ah, good.
Suddenly, at 3 a.m., something begins to happen. As Lauren sits watching TV, all of a sudden her hair is pulled by something. Lauren initially believed that her cat was to blame, but after turning to glance around, she saw that her cat wasn't present. As you can imagine, she was left totally spooked. The activity in her home seems to be getting worse, and it seems that she isn't getting much help to solve this problem. Of course, what are your thoughts? Is Lauren being haunted by something? A Mexican mountain climber provides a frightening image from his alpine excursion. It was during a podcast that Jesus Olivares shared the image and recounted the story behind it. No matter what you see, the picture is pretty creepy to say the least. In 2009, Olivares and a group of friends had traveled to one of the highest mountains in Mexico. The mountain is known as Pico de Orizaba, which has an elevation so high above sea level that it's nearly impossible to climb without an oxygen supply. Many think that because of this, the mountain is uninhabitable and therefore lacks any civilization. However, numerous mountain climbers have reported spotting shadowy shapes, including individuals, while ascending the mountain. While some think that this might have been other climbers in the area, many believe that this might have been the spirits of deceased individuals who tragically died during their own ascent. Olivares admits to having seen things he couldn't explain before. Perhaps this might have been the altitude sickness kicking in, as low levels of oxygen can cause people to hallucinate. But Olivares is certain that what he saw wasn't him just seeing things, but in fact something real. He even has a photo to prove it. In a podcast, Olivares asserts that as he and his buddies ascend the mountain, they saw shadows and heard voices in the distance. These occurrences would come and go, but eventually stop at a certain point along their climb. They would keep climbing while experiencing less fear and pausing to snap pictures. As you can imagine, lots of photos were taken, but one in particular would catch people's attention. After the trip was over, Olivares posted the pics on his social media and called it a day. It was the next day a strange comment was made below one of his photos which read, "Nice pic, but who's the kid in the background?" Olivares was confused by the comment, so in response, he asked what kid they were referring to. The commenter replied, "The kid in the corner. Who is that?" Olivares takes a closer look at the photo, and he immediately got goosebumps. Olivares assures us that the only people present at the scene were himself and his adult companions. Initially thinking that it was just a rock, he shrugged it off as a case of paranoia, but upon closer examination, there is clearly a child's face in the image. It doesn't make any sense that someone, let alone a child, would be present at this elevation. The only explanation he can think of is that this was a paranormal incident. But of course, it is solely a theory. Even though this photo was taken in 2009, it still haunts Olivares, as well as countless viewers. The lack of an explanation reassures us that something paranormal occurred. Do you think Olivares captured something paranormal? Or might there have been a rational explanation for this? Let me know in the comments what you think. When was the last time you saw a ghost? These haunting stories will give you goosebumps and keep you looking around in fear. See if you can watch until the end. Here, two friends named David and Dell from the YouTube channel Signs and Signals are driving down a creepy back road called Buck's Grave in Carlisle, South Carolina. David and Dell claim that as children, they saw some extremely bizarre phenomena on Buck's Grave Road, including strange, inexplicable lights and orbs. While they were driving down a winding dirt road filming B-roll for their video, they ran into an encounter. This is what they came across that scary night. David and Dell still claim to be unaware of the identity of the ominous stranger. Paranormal or not, they claim that they have never been so scared in all of their life. So did they actually come across a creep in the isolated woods, or was it all a dream? Why don't you be the judge? Sarah Marie, who works for the Neighborhood Watch, and her husband Bobby are having an afternoon get-together with some friends when they spot